Finally, ladies and gents, the body positivity movement has made its way through to the mainstream media here in Australia, and it has achieved this through the Trojan horse of cancerous journalism that is The Project. Yes, The Project.
Lizzo has made a career of promoting self-love and body acceptance.
You know what I realized? I am gorgeous. I am the beauty standard.
Okay, let's just keep those two words on the screen. Self-love and body acceptance, just while we have a look at the great Lizzo's Instagram. Particularly her name. Her name on Instagram is Lizzo Be Eating. Now, you may not know anything about Lizzo, but if you look at that name, you will probably think that, hey, this gal, whoever she is, probably enjoys putting things in her mouth. And as we have a look, she absolutely does love shoving shit in her mouth. Okay, Lizzo is a fat acceptance warrior, ladies and gentlemen. The people all over the globe, they love her and they love her folds. Muslims pray to Mecca, these fat fucks pray to Maccas. But Lizzo does love body acceptance and she does love self-love. Look at those words, self-love. Think about what that means. It's wonderful to love yourself. You must be happy in your own skin. Your body is the only one you have. And as for body acceptance, we aren't all the same. Some of us are missing limbs, some of us have epilepsy, psoriasis on our ass, birthmarks on our head, and it's how we deal with that, accept it and move through our life, which determines whether or not we have an enjoyable existence on this earth. Regrettably, that's not what Lizzo or the body positivity movement want. Literally, all they want is for you to accept that fat women are hot and healthy. That's it. And that they're better than you. Not to mention the changes in the beauty standards. You hear this all the time. Beauty standards need to change. That's another way of saying, hey, guys out there, stop thinking certain women are hot. You're not allowed to anymore. I know you like these fit chicks and these chicks with big tits. Now it's just fat fucks, all right? That's who you got to get hard over. Good luck, dickheads.
Body positivity has exploded in recent years.
I like to think it's blowing out rather than exploding. And I tell you what, its popularity is increasing, yes, faster than the BMIs of its members.
Led by activists like Australian of the Year, Taryn Brumfitt.
We weren't born into the world hating our bodies. This is something the world has taught us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The Australian of the Year this year, the best person in the country, Taryn Brumfitt, a body image activist who directed a documentary about women's body loathing and her own path to accepting her own skin. She's also the co-founder of a non-for-profit, the Embrace Collective, who had this to say about the cartoon, the children's cartoon Bluey, when they talked about one of the characters wanting to lose weight because he put on a bit of chub, which people, complained about because of body positivity and all that shit, and then they edited out that part of the episode. We are so pleased to hear that the creators of Bluey have removed the first scene of their episode Exercise, which made headlines a few weeks ago for its harmful messaging about weight and appearance. Australian of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with realising that something needs to change in your life and you changing it, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, this video is brought to you by the great people at Crush Organics. Crush Organics are the world's leading supplier of high-grade CBD products to keep you calm, focused, relaxed, recovered, and in charge. Ladies and gentlemen, they have one of the best collections on earth. I use their products every single day. I love them. I have used them for years. They've been supporters of this channel for years. And one of the products that I really love at the moment is their CBD gummies. Little Dixon and I have been smashing these gummies before we go to sleep, and I have been snoozing like a god. I snooze so well, and I highly recommend it to anyone who either struggles to go to sleep or wants to hit that, what feels like the deeper part of sleep, a little bit quicker. Anyway, head over to Crush Organics right now, ladies and gentlemen. You won't regret it. And they've got a massive discount for you, right? It's insane. Let me just double check it. 40% off! You've got to be kidding me, ladies and gentlemen. Use the code VIP, gummy spelled just like that. Become a part of the Crush Organics family today. Eat some gummies, yeah.
Australia is grappling with one of the highest rates of obesity in the world. So, does body acceptance minimise the health risks of being overweight?
Does accepting gravity minimise the risks of you falling over? No. Dickhead, same thing.
Say I'm fat, I say I'm fat, I'm tall, I'm wearing a blue dress. Those are all just facts about me. It doesn't mean anything about who I am as a person and whether I'm a good or a bad person.
I agree. There's nothing wrong with being fat. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just think promoting it and telling others that they should just give up and be happy with what they have is a shit message. We should be encouraging others to become fitter, stronger, faster, happier versions of themselves and not spending all of our time complaining about a cartoon dog who realised he was too fat and needed to go for a run. Fucking Australian of the Year.
The messages that I received from the media, from television, from every source of public voice, I'm not a failure. I'm not the problem. This message around bodies and perfection is the problem. Yes. And I'm done with it.
No one has a perfect body, and I do agree that a lot of women face unreal expectations of what their body should look like. But here's something that may shock you. It's women's fault. They're the ones who keep posting this shit on Instagram, right? What about Kim Kardashian? Every chick fucking follows Kim K. Look at the shit she posts. Also, on top of that, this is gonna blow your mind. You know who else has unreal expectations of what their body should look like? Men. Have you seen the dudes that men look up to, particularly when it comes to bodies? It's their fault, by the way. It's dudes that are ripped to the fucking bone because they're all using steroids. We're both as bad as each other, men and women, in this respect, all right? That's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about trying to be as ripped and as amazing as possible. We're just talking about being the best version of yourself and being a big fat fuck and complaining about it on social media and having an Instagram Lizzo be eating and being a big fat singing fucking... I'm being mean to Lizzo here, but fuck her. That is not living your best life. That is being unhealthy, and that will lead you to an early grave, and that's why I make these videos talking shit about this bullshit fucking argument and movement. Movement being the wrong word, obviously.
Who's to blame for the idea that larger bodies are bad?
We're talking about mainstream media, fashion, doctors who don't want to see fat patients, social media that normalises being fat phobic.
Fat bodies are bad, and I'll tell you why. People who pretend they're healthy and keep shoveling food into their mouth as they grow, I look at them the same way I look at someone who's been diagnosed with lung disease or lung cancer and they keep smoking, or a junkie on the side of the road using heroin. You are, whether you want to admit it or not, slowly killing yourself. And you telling other people to live your life is fucking harmful.
That glorifies the idea of thinness over health.
Would you put the fitness industry in that same category?
Yeah, I would. And I'd be really honest and say, I was somewhat nervous about coming here today to see you, because I would genuinely say that the show The Biggest Loser was one of the most traumatic things that ever happened to me.
Okay, I hope she was on The Biggest Loser. I don't know. I hope she was on that TV show. Otherwise, saying that's the most traumatic thing that ever happened to her is a bit fucking, like... Harden the fuck up, lady. You must have had the easiest life of all time if a TV show is the most traumatic thing that ever happened to you. I've had PTSD since I watched the first episode of Rick and Morty. That's my life. As for you suggesting that social media glorifies fitness over health, shut up and work harder. Or just lie. Lie to yourself. Lie to everybody. Lie to everyone who follows you. Who cares? Become an expert in promoting obesity. You can become an expert in promoting obesity, which is insane. There's a thing called fat studies. It's real. The crazy thing about this is people are demanding that you ignore the science, and those are the same people for the last 2 years who have been screaming from their long COVID lungs that you need to follow the science. Hypocrisy!
What are some of the stigmas associated with obesity?
They're lazy, they're sloppy, unmotivated. Most of them are actually the complete opposite. You know, they're hardworking, they've got children, they've got mortgages, they're bleeding from time and energy, and they're not lazy people.
No, obese people are not. Not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the fat activists here. They're the only people I'm talking about. These people relish the opportunity to be lazy. They love the path of least resistance. That is their MO, and they want to bring you into their fold. Good choice of words. Into their fold. They want you to come and join the misery.
Obesity rates are higher in areas of economic disadvantage, like Western Sydney.
Western Sydney? Blow it up! Nuke it! Fuck 'em!
I want to talk about Lizzo. I'm going to fangirl for a minute, just in the sense that Lizzo is typically a healthy person.
Let's look at some photographic evidence. Oh, I think not.
They have a vegan diet, they exercise.
Hey, why did you call her a they there? There's not two of them, although it does appear that there are two of them. Haha. Also, a vegan diet doesn't mean you're automatically healthy. It does mean you're automatically a cunt, though.
But they're still chastised, just like This person ticks all your boxes of what healthy is. So then why haven't you left them alone?
Look at her, you fucking idiot. There's nothing wrong with her other than the fact that she pretends to be healthy and then gives other people, whether she means to do it or not, the belief that they don't have to try anymore. They just can give up and just live this life and be healthy. They change what it means to be healthy. And that will lead to an early death. And that is why people have a problem with this.
67% of Australians are currently considered obese. Do we need to tackle that number then, or do we need to change the way we see obesity? What is the answer here?
Do meat pies need to burn the inside of our mouths? Yes. Does Bill Cosby need to rape people? Obviously, yes. What a donkey of a fucking question. Of course we need to address it.
Our work is cut out for us because we've got now very effective weight loss tools and medications.
Fuck, man. Medication, that is the last resort. You can do this yourself. I guess if you need it, yeah, use it, but it should be the last resort. I know people say, oh, I've tried everything, I've tried this. You haven't tried everything. Pick a diet, eat less calories than you need to maintain your current weight, and you'll lose weight. Do it for a long period of time, you'll be fine. And that was basically the end of the video. And can I just say, all of those people in the video can suck balls. Everyone can be great. All right, you don't have to be super skinny. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about strength and we're talking about being fit. You don't have to be the skinniest person on fucking earth. That is not what we're talking about, all right? Work on yourself, work on your cardiovascular system, work on your strength, work on your diet, and become a better version of yourself. That's what this is all about. Telling yourself that you are beautiful and sexy and wonderful, even though you're extremely obese and you just fucking gorge on food, is a lie that will destroy you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Mid-X stinks. Tout au revoir. Bye-bye.